crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
The penetrator. Come on, look, because I always went the farthest into the target, goddammit. Libya, Tunisia, Lebanon. It was me, pal. I was always first in, last out.
This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to. But it's vulnerable out in the open.
Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Was I a little too loud?
No. No. Man, I tell you what, nothing gets you fired up like a Loki's morning call out. You know what I mean? Shout out. If you're not like on the edge of your seat right now, you're not living, buddy. Let me tell you.
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? Hope you are doing great. It's hump day. Yeah. And that means it's time for YouTube talk. And I have a special guest here this morning. You know him. You love him. He's the master of the puppets. See what I did there? Master of puppets.
Master Vader.
How's it going, brother? How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Stone _Loki, as Mexican Iron Man would say. And wow, what a great intro and great show yesterday with welcome back, Mike. And I love the little El Perro pre-show. If you happen to catch that and follow the chat over here, thank you very much for joining me on that little escapade. We're testing it out. Could possibly be a more permanent fixture here soon.
I would love to see that. I would love to get you 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even an hour before my show.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I get up about an hour before the show. I sit down, I have breakfast. I catch up on if there's anything going on, just in case.
Right.
You know.
Might have to change your topic.
You might have to change the topic. It's happened. And then I sit down and I get ready for the show. So I would love to have Sno Dub show to watch before mine. That'd be cool. It'd be great.
Pre-show, yeah. We're working on it. We're going to talk about it a little bit today, actually. Kind of.
Watching you spank El Perro with the newspaper and bad dog. That was just the best. I was laughing my ass off yesterday morning.
I'm so glad you added with the newspaper because that's really cool. I could have went a totally different way. Yeah, I just got out of Twitter jail yesterday for going after the Star Wars drag queens, so I'm fresh out of the pen, folks.
He's fresh out of the pen. You got to make sure nothing untoward happened while he was in jail. I tell you what, dude. So some of y'all out there know this, some of you don't. I'll reiterate. I worked at a prison for a little while, and there was nothing like a young 18, 19-year-old white kid with deer in the headlights look that would come in and would have absolutely no idea what was going to happen. And to explain that and be like, don't accept anything. Nothing's free. Don't think that if someone gives you something, it's free. You're going to pay for it one way or the other. Sleep on your back. Don't sleep on your stomach. There's basic, rules. Fresh meat, Chris Persia, right there. Fresh fish. So you give them a little warning, give them a little pet talk, and what happens? A week later, they're in C block in solitary because they got ass raped.
Boy, I tell you, I could think of a million different ways of going out than that one. That's got to be one of the worst. Whew. Yikes!
So.
I'll take a good ass kicking before that happens. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I don't plan on going to jail anytime soon. Again.
No. Of course, Twitter jail's different too. So.
Right.
Anyway, I went off on a side quest for no reason whatsoever. Second of Nights is Loki. You've heard me talk about the shaved monkeys working on the old place. I have. They removed the little heater in the well building. That's dumb. In 9 degrees, that's even dumber. So I put in a heater just as it was freezing. That's crazy. Those are dumb people. Wow.
I got a text yesterday from Nico Glock. I'm sure you've heard that name.
Oh yeah. How is Nico?
Well, I know you're not in the exact same area as him, but he was showing me about a foot of snow on the ground in Dallas.
Yep. We have family in Dallas. And about a foot of snow.
I didn't know it got down that far south. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to think Fort Worth, Dallas, it's northern Texas, so it's going to get colder.
All right. Yeah, I guess so.
I remember 1 year, you're talking, it was 2-3 feet of snow. Wow. And it came down quick. And my parents were on their way. And my dad calls me. He's like, "We're about 20 minutes out, but we might have to turn around." I'm like, "Dad, you're not turning around when you're 20 minutes away."
Right.
I said, "Just go slow. Be careful. You'll get here. It's fine. Don't turn around. You'll never make it." If you're already on 35, you're almost here. Don't turn around. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta laugh at those types because I literally grew up in the snow in the Pacific Northwest, and I took my driver's license test on a snow day. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I had to deal with. So I'm used to snow.
Yeah.
No big deal. Plus, it's in my name, so kind of works.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's in your name too. I didn't even think about that. You're part snow. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, okay. So to kick things off this morning, obviously we're going to talk about how to make all this work and how to make it all work for you. Finding balance, especially when you have work, when you have family. So let's talk about work. Probably the least, your least favorite topic of work.
I'll put it like my grandpops. He always says, "Don't you dare use that 4-letter word in my presence."
Yeah.
You could say, the F-U-C-K word. Are we past our 8 minutes yet? You can say the F-U-C-K word as much as you want, but don't ever say the W-O-R-K word in front of my grandfather.
Yeah, we passed the 8-minute mark. Fuck them.
Okay. Fuck it. We're good. We're good. And, special shout out to Shum, Monkey Jeebus, and the rest of the El Perro clan. I am shocked at how much love El Perro gets for being such an asshole.
He's got followers, guys. He's
does.
got like an army of putos out there ready to do his bidding.
I always thought he would be the most hated puppet by everybody, and I never in a million years thought he would actually have fans. And so
That's because he's a dick. It's because
I
he's a
guess.
dick. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
some people just like the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Razor Ramon of the
Razor
of
Ramon.
the connection, I guess. Yeah.
God. Oh my God, yeah. Some people just have to be the bad guy.
But work, yes. Sorry, work. But what's your question about work besides that it sucks, Loki?
How do you find the time to do all this and work full time?
I don't. There is so many times where I'll think of a video that I want to do, or a live stream will come through my head while I'm at work, and I'll be like, man, I can't wait to get home and like work on something or do something. And then I'll get home and I'm absolutely exhausted, or I have like a ton of chores that I need to do that I put off, whatever last weekend, and so something. It's a horrible balance of chaos where it's like you kind of have no life. I hate to put it like that, guys, but it's kind of true. Like good example is I do work on the weekdays, normally a 40-hour week, so to speak, but I have my weekends off. But not really for the last 4 years straight. Pretty much. I mean, I've taken a couple Saturdays, but pretty much every weekend for the last 4 years, I've done a show every Saturday night, and that's my off time. So I'm taking away time from my son, taking time away from going out and doing stuff. I mean, so it is a sacrifice. But if you're passionate and you love it and you enjoy it, then you're going to do it. You know what I mean? This is not trying to balance the two is not for everybody. It could be extremely stressful, and I tip my hat to the others that do it. That try to pull it off, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy, folks.
I think everybody's feelings towards El Perro can be summed up right here. Arwen says El Perro needs his own merch, and then Shubek says, "Fuck that damn dog."
He's actually got a new T-shirt coming soon.
I think that's the only two camps you've got is fuck that damn dog, or he needs more merch. Get El Perro more merch. We must buy more merch for El Perro.
He was actually showing off his new drawing that Panda Power did for us. He does all the artwork for the Cut Connection and our T-shirts. He did the puff shirt and the jolly shirt, and so now he just did the El Perro design. So you can go back and watch that quick 30-minute video yesterday of El Perro Taco Tuesday, and he does show it. He shows the design, and we'll have a prototype here in probably a week or so, and show it off. So your El Perro shirt is coming soon.
Ergo Sullivan says, I publish daily content and have a day job. It's a little tough at times, yet I have a work-life YouTube balance. Work Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Weekdays off or weekends off. So Saturday is my shoot day. And now Saturdays I can get called on the comics aficionados, and I'll do it and push content creation around that.
Now my question to Eric is, do you have kids?
So that's number two that I was going to bring up.
That changes the dynamic extremely. Yeah.
And then add Snow Kid into that equation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm very thankful Snow Kid's been very understanding of my pursuit, and he even encourages it. And he got to go with me on that trip to Dallas. Unfortunately, we missed you, Loki, but everybody that he did meet, like Culture Casino and few others, he loved it, and he feels like he's kind of part of the community now, so it's great.
Okay, well, he is. He absolutely is. It sucks. Right. I missed him. I remember doing like a quick video with Nico, because I missed you, and that sucked. We had to come back. We could only be there for like I think half the day. We were there about half the day and into the night, and then we had to go.
Got your I can't think of his name. The Raiden-looking guy from Big Trouble in Little China.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah,
He's
Lightning.
got him up on the
The
wall.
three storms. The three storms.
The three storms. Lopan. And the curse will be lifted. I love that movie. Don't you
Death!
dare remake it.
Death! Oh my god.
Good one. Well, you know what they say at an old time like this. How's it go? You know what old Jack Burton says at a time like this? What the hell?
Hell of the upside down sinners. God. Okay, so we were watching Carpenter. I introduced Eris to Escape from New York and Escape from LA. And we just finished Escape from LA yesterday. So I heard they were going to remake that, and I was like, no, not without Carpenter and not without something from Kurt Russell. No.
Yeah, it'd have to be a passing of the torch type of movie for me to even be interested.
I could deal with a prequel as long as his son does it, someone that looks very much like him that could pull it off, you know, and have Kurt come in and, you know, kind of like, okay, this is what I did, and I thought about it like this, and I lowered my voice and got it all scruffy. Snake, call me Snake. Yeah.
You know, I was watching. Unfortunately, I watched the Captain America series on Disney Plus when it came out with Falcon.
Oh God, help you!
No, it was terrible. But the one shining light in that entire series was Kurt Russell's son as the anti-Captain America guy. I can't think of the name, but he actually did it well. I actually enjoyed that character out of the whole show, but everything else sucked.
I think I got like an episode. I got a half an episode into that, and when the guy's on the plane, he knocks out the guys on the planes, and then they're all standing and rushing him, and I'm like, wait a minute. He just knocked them all out. It shows them knocking them all out, and then they're all back up and they're rushing him.
They all fell into a face full of smelling salts.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. Bird Dude and Popsicle Man.
Sure.
There you go. Bird Dude and Popsicle Man. Yeah.
Oh, and the way they treated Winter Soldier in that series. Puke.
Yeah, and they set him up. They set him up so nicely to be the next Cap, and he could have been the next Cap. And you know what? Falcon had his own character. He had his own character with his own thing.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what color he is. I don't give a shit what color he is. I think they screwed Bucky, man.
Well, the Falcon switch was more of a recent thing, I thought, and the Captain or the Winter Soldier switch to Captain America was back in the day, like the 80s and 90s, if I remember correctly. The Falcon switch didn't happen until, you know, the woke time of comics from the 2000s up.
No, that's bullshit.
Which is where most of the stories are coming from now for Marvel, is all the woke stories. Yeah.
Well, a lot of what you had in the Marvel movies, even before they sold them, especially before they sold them, was Ultimates. So if you ever read the Marvel Ultimate line or saw the Marvel Ultimate movie, that was an animated movie. A lot of what was in the original Marvel movies leading up to all this was in the Ultimates line. So some people liked those, some people didn't. I liked aspects of it. There were aspects of it I didn't like. They made Thor like a anti-whaling guy, he's like Greenpeace and shit.
Right. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, he's not Aquaman. It's not like save my dolphin friends. He's not like that. He doesn't give a shit about any of that. He's just like, give me beer and ale and let me smash it with my hammer. He's big and dumb.
Right. Oh, Dean Krantz asked me a question. He says, why would you do that to yourself? Well, you got to remember back then when WandaVision and the Captain America series or whatever first came out, a lot of us were still kind of interested in Marvel, especially my son, because he was a hardcore Marvel fan. He really enjoyed Iron Man and Captain America. He was pretty upset by Endgame and what happened to him, his favorite character, Captain America, but he was interested to see what happened next. And in the course of that show and a couple of the others, he has completely tuned out of Marvel. He's done. So that just goes to show how easily Marvel turned off a 12-year-old little boy who was literally infatuated with Marvel and now wants nothing to do with it. Wonder why.
That's insane. I mean, to think back to that first Avengers movie and how crazy that was. And I mean, that
Right.
was a phenomenon.
Epic.
And they kept trying to recreate that. I mean, yeah, Infinity War and Endgame were huge, but they haven't captured that again.
No, I don't think they ever will, to be honest. What I keep trying to explain to people about the superhero thing, and I know we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but the superhero thing, guys, they have used up our most famous characters basically till they're dry like a raisin. Okay, so we have sucked all the juice out of Batman, we've sucked all the juice out of Superman, we've milked the Iron Man and Captain America, your main guys that people have known for decades, and now they're going after these characters that are more recent, lesser known, not as popular, and they're gonna, it's showing why they're, going down in sales, and their money's drying up because they've already milked their cash cow. It's dead, it's done, it's gone, it's chopped into steaks, and so now they're gonna try and milk whatever's left of the pasture, which is a bunch of anorexic cows, and it ain't looking good, folks. But I've been calling it for a while. You can only That's why they keep going back making more Batman movies, Loki, because they realize that the lesser known characters are just not going to bring the audience in. And that's Marvel's biggest problem right now is going after these lesser known characters, and not even good ones. They're going after most of the female characters. There's still a bunch of male characters they haven't even touched yet. And now with this new Guardians of the Galaxy, the one Marvel movie everybody's looking forward to, we've been waiting to see Warlock, who's an absolute badass. And what do they say? Oh, we're going to throw in a female Eve Warlock as well, just to spice it up. And it's like, you know what? You killed it before I even went and seen the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, okay, so I've got a really good question for you since you got a little snow kid at home. We've been told for the last 6 years now? Yeah, 6 years. That Star Wars is Space Wizards for kids, right? Space Wizards for kids. It's just Space Wizards for kids. Why are you adults going off so much on Star Wars when it's just Space Wizards for kids? It's a Space Wizards for kids movie, yada yada. They've said this in infinitas for the last 6-7 years. There's going to be a drag show at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, I got kicked off Twitter for acknowledging that. No, and that's not going to be okay. It's funny that it's such a hypocrisy because they want to say, oh, it's made for kids, but then you bring in a bunch of groomers. It's disgusting what they've done to Star Wars, and same thing. My son was a huge Luke Skywalker fan growing up, and Darth Vader. He was very excited to know that Luke was coming back when the new movies came out. He was quite young still when all this started happening, but one of the worst days of my life as a father was walking out of the theater after Last Jedi, trying to explain to my son what happened to Luke Skywalker and trying to convince him that he wasn't actually dead, because he was mortified. If you've ever experienced seeing, a small child, especially if it's your child, just go through utter heartbreak, it's devastating. It's devastating. And I would say that was a catalyst, Loki, of where I am today. That feeling, that day, what I went through with him, just the denial of it, for weeks afterwards, and then finally acceptance, really steered me into doing what we're doing today, and getting on the mic and saying my piece about it. And we're still here. We're still fighting. Still fighting every day against these whack jobs, man. And rest in peace, Star Wars. It
Yeah.
was good while it lasted.
It was good while it lasted. What I think of James Gunn's announcement, double shit pie.
Yeah.
Two big poop emojis. Thank you, Mr. Butt Crack Media. This one is just for you, brother. Skull and talk and roll.
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. No, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with what you say. Um, I was the kid that always was reading Star Wars. I have almost the entire extended universe up until the point that Disney bought them. The EU that was deleted and removed and erased, but I always had a Star Wars book in my hand. And when the prequels came out, I I didn't hate I didn't hate or dislike Phantom Menace. I thought it was okay. I loved Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon became my favorite Jedi. I liked 2 and I liked Attack of the Clones, and I thought Revenge of the Sith was a good way to end it. I remember leaving Revenge of the Sith, and there was this little girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, dressed up like Princess Leia. And her dad's carrying her out of the movie, and she goes, "Daddy, why did Anakin kill those kids?" And he said,
Oh,
because Anakin's Darth Vader. And she goes, Anakin's Darth Vader. And I thought it was the cutest fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life, dude. Anakin's Darth Vader. And I was like, holy crap. Yes. No,
oh, that's.
absolutely. Mexican Iron Man. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that's so cool. You just reminded me of a moment with my son, and God, he couldn't have been much older than 3, so barely could talk. And we sat down to watch Star Wars for the first time, and he was literally his eyeballs were glued to the screen when the Darth Vader Luke Skywalker fight happens at the end of Empire Strikes Back, and the whole moment of I am your father happened, and I remember him turning and looking at me, and he goes, Darth Vader, Luke's dada? It's just like that. It's such a great moment, guys. If you ever get to experience that with somebody who's never seen it, especially kids, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, Shockwave. My niece thought Anakin was cute until her father said, he's going to be Darth Vader."
What was Mike saying? You brought it up, but I didn't read it.
He said, "Hold on."
Oh, he's still going off from yesterday.
Yeah, fuck James Gunn, fuck Star Wars Celebration, fuck Marvel, fuck it all.
He's
I'm
still
watching
wound up.
Yellowstone. All these woke motherfuckers have sent my fandom into the dark ages of broadcast TV.
If you didn't catch Midnight's Edge After Dark yesterday with Mexican Iron Man 6 and a few others, Script Doctor and all those guys, Mike got to witness the announcement of the DC movies with James Gunn, and it was another epic Mike breakdown. It was pretty funny. Put it this way, he was sipping huge shots of tequila by the end of the show.
Well, anybody in their right mind that said, okay, they've got James Gunn, they can fix this. You're still talking about DC. And no matter what DC's ever done, they have found a way to fuck up something good.
Right.
And that's just the way they done it. They did it with the third Batman movie, Batman Forever. They got rid of Tim Burton and brought the other guy in. Have you ever seen the openings of the Tim Burton movie when Two-Face escapes from Arkham? And it's like a whole different opening to a movie. And then he goes and goes to rob the bank, and it's like a totally different opening to a movie. And to Batman Forever. So they fired Tim Burton off the Batman movies. They made Superman 3.
There was footage.
Oh yeah, there's footage.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's footage. There were people saying we want the Tim Burton cut of Batman Forever.
Oh hell yes, hell yes. God, I love the first 2 Batmans that Tim did. He was in his prime right then too. He was literally at his creative peak because he had just popped out Beetlejuice, and he was in the mix of making Nightmare Before Christmas, and I mean that guy was literally at his peak. And then he kind of, I hate to say it, kind of fell off after that. Some of his later movies, not so much.
Need a window jump compilation set to the theme song from The Fall Guy. I am working on it this weekend. God help me if we don't have any rain. I'm going to all new skulls. So
All new skulls, baby.
All new skulls. We're gonna keep a couple, but we're gonna do a skull and tuck and roll too. Skull and tuck
Yes.
and roll.
Which reminds me, I need some all new booty breaks over on my channel.
Okay, so how did you come up with the booty break thing?
Oh well. Hmm. I'm trying to remember exactly how it came into my mind.
I remember you told me once. You said, "Well, I've got a lot of dudes on my channel." So I was thinking,
I
well, if I've
believe
got a lot
that
of dudes on my channel.
yes, I believe that's kind of where it stemmed from. I was looking at my demographics, I think, at the time, and I think I had like 1% of a female audience or something like that. And granted, my channel wasn't that big yet. I think I was still under 1K at that point in time. But looking at the demographics and then kind of realizing my audience at that time with the Tuck and Roll show, it was mostly dudes, and I was like, all right, well, mostly heterosexual, pissed off men, sexually frustrated dudes in my chat. Might as well give them what they want, and so I just invented the booty break because one, it gives me a moment to kind of rest my hand, in the middle of puppeting, or switch to a different puppet. So you guys may notice if you're watching my shows, a lot of the times booty breaks is a transition time where you'll see Jolly and then all of a sudden El Perro pops up or Puff or whatever. So it's a good transition for me, and I try to make each booty break about a minute and a half long. And who doesn't like looking at beautiful women? I mean, what's wrong with you if you don't like looking at the female frame? It's quite a work of art, as long as it's not purple haired and 600 pounds.
God. I swear to God, y'all, I went over to Snow's channel and there was a 600-pound lady wearing a thong. I'm not
Well,
kidding.
we do have a body positivity break just for
Yes.
just for Susan. Yeah.
Just for Susan. Okay, so there are skulls I'm keeping. I'm not getting rid of anything that anybody likes. We're getting rid of the Gladiator one, the last skull, keeping the dollar bill, keeping Vikings Conan, the Long Live the Fighters. There's shit I'm not getting rid of. The dragon one is changing, so we're gonna go with the Dracarys, burning it down, because we're gonna do the next season of Game of Thrones. That was really good. So Makani says, I feel like Sno Dub's booty breaks kind of spawned mine a bit.
Well, maybe we were mutually connected there, Mac, because I can remember checking out your bootyful drawings well before I ever came up with a booty break. So we may have inspired each other.
And isn't, I mean, that's crazy. So the skulls, guys, I didn't like, yeah, it's a skull, but there was a dude that loved Star Trek that I watched all the time. And he had his thing where if anybody sent him money, he'd do like the Dabo thing from Quarks from DS9. Dabo! And it was the same thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I should do something like that as a thank you. I don't see anybody else doing that. So do something like that. If I get a super, or if I get a donation or something, I'll do something. And then the dollar bill thing came up, and I ended up playing that like 20, 30 times in the first time I did it. I was like, okay, I gotta have something more than just the dollar bill thing.
Well, and that's what people love about your channel, Loki, is you're original. You do stuff a little bit different than other shows, and you stick out, because of it. And not to mention, you got an awesome radio voice. I mean, I take pride in my radio voice, especially when I go into my, check out the latest movie voice. But I still can't compare it to just a deep growl that Stone Loki has. I mean, you hear it when he does his shout outs. It's just like, man, I wish I could get that octave.
In a world full of puppets and wizardry, one man said he was going to do it differently. Join Sno Dub live as his puppets take over the world one puppet at a time.
A long time ago, there was.
And you see like El Perro walking across the screen with an AK. Putos! You unsubscribe.
Let me know in the chat, guys. Do you want to hear the original story of why Mexican Iron Man and El Perro are arch enemies?
Oh, I do.
There is a story behind it. It's not like a really great, amazing, fantastic, epic monologue, but it's kind of funny, how it all started. So yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys want to know the origin story of why Mike hates El Perro. But yeah, as far as balance and kind of back on the main topic here, because I know we keep kind of going off on movies and stuff. That's kind of what we do.
So Magitech Mag says yes. Gum Bunny says yes. Chrono says a meme story. Yes. I hit one if you want to hear this. One, hell's yes. Everybody wants to hear. Of course I do. I want to hear story time. I love to hear the story from the Dark Knight. Mark the Infinitely Tired with a $1.99 super chat says, Puppets go!
Have a great trip. Here I
go. Not a lot of silly string.
And I do use silly string. That's been used quite a few times. But I don't only just use it for ejaculation, but it works great for puke too, by the way.
Oh yeah. And sneezing too. Oh man, look at all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Wipe it off.
Who knew puppets were made full of silly string? But now we know.
Mim story.
All right. I'll lay it on you guys. So some of this, I believe, is still on my channel. You'd have to go back and dig a little bit. I'm going to say 3 years ago now. So this is back when I first started the channel, and Mexican Iron Man had first kind of started watching me, but I didn't really know who he was that well yet. He was just a guy in the chat once in a while. Channel was still pretty small. I think we're maybe 400 or 500 subs at the time. And I decided to bring in the El Perro puppet, who is he's actually my oldest puppet. I've had this puppet since I was like 6 or 7 years old. He's pretty beat up. He's definitely seen better days. But I decided to bring him in because I felt like, our Ribbit and Bigot show needed an enemy. So if you watch my shows and you see that intro in the beginning where he's yelling at Kermit and then he licks Miss Piggy and tastes like a bacon sandwich, that was all kind of the beginning of El Perro, and he was coming after. His thing was, the story I made for him was that he hated Jolly, at the time he hated the Phantom Menace, and that he loved Star Wars The Last Jedi, because I needed something to kind of balance what we were saying, right? And so, we were constantly attacking Last Jedi and saying Star Wars is shit now. So I wanted something to kind of, counter it. And so I brought in El Perro as like the arch nemesis. Well, Jolly needed to go through a little bit of a facelift at one point, and I wanted to do a few things to kind of fix up his face. I think we were adding some new sunglasses, putting a new all-American bandana on him because y'all know Jolly's a patriot. And so I made this cool little storyline, and there's a few different clips and videos. I believe they're still on the channel, so you'll have to go back and dig. But Jolly got kidnapped. A lot of people don't know that, but he was kidnapped by El Perro, and we literally took him out of the show for a while, and everybody was talking about it. Where's Jolly? We need to rescue him. I even uploaded a video showing Jolly tied up to a chair and El Perro torturing him. There's another video where Jolly threw him El Perro threw Jolly in a dog cage and left him there for dead. And then there was a final video where the actual Sno Dub, comes and rescues Jolly. And I actually showed my 45, my handgun in the video, and shot El Perro, right? And it was funny because I filled up a balloon full of jelly and popped it, and it popped and splattered jelly all over the back of a bathtub. Great little scene, right? Funny as hell. So I shot El Perro, but of course he lives. He's like a cat. He's got 9 lives. But while I was doing all these videos, Mike noticed, right? And Mike got so upset about Jolly getting kidnapped. He was livid. Like, he was literally screaming in my chat. He was sending me He was sending me tweets. He was he was like, "Where do I need to go? I got my cannons ready. I am gonna blast this dog." I mean, he was calling Jolly his capitan, his captain. Wherever you need the Mexican Iron Man, Jolly, you let me know. And he was doing, anytime he was popping up on other shows, he was bringing it up like, "I need to find Jolly. I need to rescue Jolly," right? And of course, I'm the one who rescued him, Sno Dub. But not without the assist of Mexican Iron Man. And because Mexican Iron Man showed so much interest in helping Jolly back then, and this was really the beginning of our friendship and our bond, but he wanted to help out so bad that I kind of turned El Perro's attention towards Mexican Iron Man, and the rivalry began. And Mike can confirm this for me, but I believe I uploaded a couple Twitter videos as well of just El Perro going off and started yelling at Mexican Iron Man for helping Sno Dub rescue Jolly, and so that's technically where it all began. The first time that you ever saw El Perro confront Mexican Iron Man, or one of the first times, because I think there was a couple, but one of the first times was right here on the Loki show. One of the first times I'd ever come on. I asked Loki, send me a link, and you and Mike were talking about, I think it was a Taco Tuesday, but you and Mike were talking about comic books. And I actually drew like the stupid comic cover where it showed El Perro and then a Mexican Iron Man getting hung literally on like a noose and everything on a stand, where he's getting hung up. Like,
yes.
And I drew this cover, and I asked you, kind of discreetly, like, send me the link and don't tell Mike I'm coming, All of a sudden, I pop up on Loki's show with El Perro, and you guys are talking comics, and El Perro's all, "I got the comic for you, Mexican Iron Man,"
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mexican Iron Man muertos, and so it's little jabs that El Perro has taken at Mexican Iron Man over the years, just like Shum and everybody else. That has created such a rivalry. So believe it or not, El Perro and Mexican Iron Man are the oldest rivalry. It pre-dawns Alf and all this other stuff that's been going on. So
oh yeah,
that's the origin story. Yeah.
No, the Alf stuff's just to tease him because we know that Mike,
Alf.
Right. But he loves him in a weird way.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
6 with a $10 super chat. Thank you, 6. And she puts a smiley face with a heart. Thank you so much, 6, for that $10 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright. And since you mentioned Al, we're gonna take those old records off the shelf. Skull and tuck and roll.
You're a very funny man, senor.
So I guess I can talk about this. I don't know. I don't know if we were ever going to do or not. Do you want me to say anything about what we were going to do in Dallas? That idea? Or do you want to just keep that and actually do it one day? I don't know. See, that's how they always, some shit doesn't work out. So I'll just tell them and if we do it, we'll do it at some point. We'll change it up a little bit or something. Yeah. So the idea, ladies and gentlemen, was that when Sno Dub got to Dallas, we're gonna film this scene with Mike, with Mim, and Alf. And at the end of that scene, Mike was gonna hug Alf. And as Mike's hugging Alf, El Perro was gonna come up from underneath the camera and like look at the camera and then look at Mike and Alf and look at the camera and turn. And as Mike turns to see El Perro was gonna like bite at his eye and be like, "Puto, how do you like it?"
Yes.
Oh, and Mike was gonna go down like, my puto, I spit on your grave.
Hey, weren't we gonna have El Perro actually get a lick on Mike where he like bit him and Mike had like an injury or something? If I remember right.
Like he was gonna have to cover up his eye for a while. Like El Perro got his eye. Like
El Perro got him back. Yeah. We may have to do that still, but yeah.
But, you know, it would have been Mike going off on Alf, and then finally they have like this emotional moment. You know,
Right.
I thought you liked me. I thought you loved me, Mikey. And then, you know, eventually it's like, oh God, dude, I'm sorry.
Right,
And then El Perro looks up at the camera like, putos.
Ching
Oh
away.
my God.
I take you both out. I love El Perro, and you know, funny thing about El Perro is you know, he's a Spanish Antifa dog, right? But there's actually a lot of there's a lot of Asian what do you call it, accent in there. So he's literally like a mix between a Mexican and then like a really bad Chinese kung fu flick when he talks. You know what I mean? Because I'm sometimes using like the R's for L's and the V's for B's. You know, that you would hear. You know, like "Yuristo now." You know, it's not normally that would be in Asian accent, but you know, so yeah, I literally mix the two with him. It's so much fun. But El Perro, he's becoming a more popular character. I don't know why you guys like him, but I'll keep using him as long as you guys are entertained.
No, I think he's one of your top puppets. He's one of your top, just as popular as Jolly, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and Puff's extremely popular too. Surprisingly.
Oh yeah, Puff.
Everybody loves a dumbass, I guess.
Hey, welcome back to the Puff and Stuff Show. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You're not on the Puff and Stuff.
Every show he goes on, he thinks it's the Puff and Stuff Show. Yeah.
God, welcome back. What season are we in?
Yeah. Then when he actually goes on the Puff and Stuff Show, he thinks it's something else. It's great.
What's funny, and I don't know if you base this on anyone. I literally, back in my stoner days, I had a friend just like that. Hey, welcome back. you're here. Hey man, can I come in and smoke one all day, dude? All day. It would be like, okay, if I let this motherfucker in my house, he's gonna be here till midnight doing nothing but rolling and smoking.
Yes, sir.
God help me.
Puff is inspired by a good friend of mine that passed away back in 2010. Rest in peace. A good friend of mine by the name of Scott Ursery. We called him Irish.
Dude, my buddy was Scott Haney. Yeah, holy shit.
Passed away.
Scott's.
He was quite the drinker, unfortunately, and he liked to smoke too. But boy, that boy could party, and man, could he get loud and funny and stupid, and so yeah, a lot of Puff is from him for sure. Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I used to mock him, you know, make fun of him, and so the Puff voice is technically my mocking of his voice. It's a little bit of a mix of him and another boss that I used to work for that had a really bad lisp. So he would he loved Dr. Peppers, so he'd always be like, "Go ahead and get my Dr. Peppers," you know.
Dr. Peppers.
Oh yeah, that was the reason why I added the lisp. The other reason I added the lisp with Puff, besides the obvious reason his tongue hangs out, was to go after Testify, because Testify had a little bit of a lisp, and so it was like a way to make fun of him at the time. Because I don't know if you know the Sno Dub lore, but we had an arch villain there for a while that we had to fight for about a year, and good thing he is now Conquest and 6 feet under. So rest in peace, you son of a bitch.
Six says if I tag myself, I'm orange. Really?
Really?
It's odd.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they updated the app today on iPhone. I do know that because the first thing I did was see if you were on. When I got up, I was like, "Is Jolly doing a show?" No, Jolly's not doing a show, and I kept like checking, but it updated my YouTube app on my iPhone this morning. So.
Not yet. Like yesterday was kind of a little test run. I wanted to make sure that you were set up for me to send my chat over to you. Sorry for the late night text. When I realized
No, you're good. You didn't. Yeah, I just gotten in bed. So I just gotten in bed and I was like, oh, it's Snow. Oh, yeah, I'll do it in the morning.
Kind of shocked you hadn't done it yet. I figured other people had sent you the chat before.
No one's ever said anything. I was like, oh, shit.
But yeah, we wanted to do that to kind of give an idea of what it's going to be like with the flow of it, and I think it worked out pretty well. And for those of you that were there yesterday morning on my channel and got to kind of experience the Peros skit, and then of course right at the very end there, I made this little song that's kind of a skull type of song like you have on your channel, my own little version of it, and I did a little 2-minute play out where it just plays a song, and it kind of gives me a moment there to look over on YouTube, see if you're live yet, and then I can literally just click on over, and it transferred seamlessly, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. So we're doing the testing phase right now, folks, but we'll go full hashtag we'll go full snow very soon. Very soon. That's my new hashtag, by the way. I've been pushing around. Go full snow, because believe it or not, guys, I really hate my job, and I would love to do nothing more than entertain you guys and make videos and streams. If I got a little bit bigger and, I need to make a little bit more money to kind of compensate quitting my regular job, and I'm right on the cusp. I am right there. It's real close. So I'd like to thank Valhalla and all Loki, because if it wasn't for guys like you guys in the chat here, and guys like Loki and their channels, and helping me, promoting me, believing in a puppet, because a lot of people laugh at it and don't think it's real, or think it's genuine, and kind of brush me off. And so it's been a little bit of a struggle to get quote unquote respect with certain people, and even to this day I still feel like some people don't really look at me like, you're not really for real about this, you're just kind of a joke. And no, it's not. It's for real. We're really trying to make something here. We're trying to make our own Muppet show, to counteract what Disney has done to our Muppets. And this is my corner to fight. And so yes, I'm definitely trying to get on the level where I can bring you guys a morning show every day right before Loki. And we've been talking about this for what, months? I mean, maybe a year now?
Months. Yeah. Since I think since before the Dallas meetup last year.
Yes, definitely before that. Yeah. Yep. And me and Mike have been talking about it in the back rooms as well, over text, phone calls, and stuff. So this has been an ongoing quest to get Snow out of construction, because I am getting too old to be doing the stuff that I do. And I'm getting a little nervous, because the older I get, I mean, I don't, some of you may know, some of you don't, but I paint for a living. So I do some Spider-Man type stunts where I'm climbing ladders and scaffolding and just crazy stuff that was easy for me in my 20s. But now that I'm in my 40s, I start looking around going, whew, one wrong step off this and it's over, type of thing.
Hell, man, I was going down the stairs yesterday, and I was like, one false move, and I'm going to bust my ass and break something.
Exactly. And
I
when
never
you get
thought
old,
like that 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I thought it didn't even go through your mind. It's just like, oh, I'm at work, and I can do this, and macho. But now, that I'm in my 40s, it's like, okay, I need to be a little more careful about how I climb that ladder, and a little more, precautious. And yeah. So, and I don't want to do this crap when I'm in my 50s. I don't want to be climbing ladders and doing stupid stuff like that in my 50s. So I'm really focused on getting this channel to a point where, and I'm not looking to get rich, guys. I'm not looking to be Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers or Nerd Erotics. I don't need all that. I'm just happy with kind of what we got, a nice tight knit community, people that just appreciate you and love what you give them, And yeah, I want to do it more. I want to give you guys more. I have so many ideas going through my head. And kind of the moral of the tale here, because man, we burned through this hour quick, but the moral of the tale here, guys, is if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. But as we were kind of talking about the show here, it is a balance, and it's tough. A lot of people try to go all in right off the bat, and they become extremely disappointed because, as you've probably heard from a million YouTubers, this is not a race. This is a marathon.
That's right. No, big truth right there. Mark's got a question for you. He says, when are we going to have a Wilton El Perro team up or showdown?
Interesting. I'm guessing Wilton and El Perro have possibly bumped into each other on the Cotton Council. I'm not sure. Um, as you know, Jolly doesn't even. Jolly's hates Wilton so much that he keeps mispronouncing his name, so he just calls him Wilfred or Wilbur, just to kind of show how inferior he is. But yeah, we Wilton is not my favorite puppet at all. So I definitely need to set something up with that. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff going with season 2 of the Cotton Council with great puppeteers that have joined the club here with Snacks and Comics, Punk Waddle. We got T-shirt Historian doing his thing, of course Floral and his great channel, and then we also got some other people that are dabbling in the puppet stuff like Piper, 70s rock fan is now on the Cotton Council. So yeah, the puppeteering clique has grown exponentially, and I couldn't be more proud and more excited for what's coming next. So you name it, we'll probably do it at some point, guys.
So before we get out of here, I just want to bring up something you just said.
Sure.
You don't want to be nerdrotic. You don't want to be Jeremy. It's something I've talked about multiple times on this show. I just want to do a good morning show, and I want to have a good time, and I want to spend my time with the people that come to hang out here on this show.
Yeah.
I want to spend my time with these great people. I'm not worried about being, oh my God, I got to have so many thousands of views a month. Oh my God, I got to have so many thousands of hours a month. Oh my God, I got to have, I've never been about that. Does it bug you when you see someone act like that and they have absolutely no concept of what these people in chat mean? It's one thing that drives me absolutely insane when I see it, and sometimes I haven't been able to keep my mouth shut about it. How do you deal with that?
At first I understand it, from a certain perspective. You're going to get a little jealous when you see another channel get promoted over yours, or if you feel like you should have got that shout out instead of somebody else, type of thing. I get all that, but I always look at it kind of like with my music, Loki. And when I first started doing music, I was just doing little freestyles at little house parties for about 15, 20 people. And then years later, I was rocking crowds of, up to 1,000 plus in different venues in Seattle when my Seahawks song went viral. So going through that experience in my life and taking that knowledge and kind of applying it through YouTube, I've realized that I need to be humble. I need to have patience and understand that once you acquire someone that's just a true fan that really wants to support and really loves your channel, pay attention to those people and let those people know how much you appreciate them, because those are the ones that are literally going to help your channel. Nerdrotics may have 500,000 plus subscribers, but I guarantee you the ones that really keep his channel going is probably less than 1,000 people. You know what I mean? Because you have your dedicated ones that really want to see it succeed, and then everybody else is kind of like a fly by night type of thing. So
and it took him how many years to get there? That's one of the things that I brought up, and one of the things I talked to him about when we were in Vegas was he said, you got there in less than a year. It took me 3 years to get there. You don't think you'll be big now, but trust me, 8-9 years from now, your channel's going to be a lot bigger than you think it is. I'm right. Just like, I'm not in any rush to get there. He goes, no, that's good, because you shouldn't be. I just want to hang out. I want to have a good time, and I want to do a good morning show. I want to make people laugh. I want to have, people wake up and go, yeah, it's fucking Mornings of Mischief, or it's fucking Tuck and Roll on Sno Dub's channel.
Right. You want people to look forward to you.
Yes.
Nothing makes me more cringe than somebody doing a live stream where they're just crying and complaining the whole time. It's like, I feel sorry for you, but at the same time, that's not why people tune in. They tune in to be entertained and not to, feel like a disgust or disdain or upset. You know what I mean? So, Always keep that in mind if you're doing a channel. Even if you gotta fake it to make it, sometimes you gotta swallow your pride, shut the fuck up about stupid shit that doesn't concern you, and focus on you. Focus on your content. Do what works, avoid what doesn't, and just continue.
That
And
right there. I can't argue with any of that.
me and Loki at one point were almost the exact same sub count. Loki's spurted past me a little bit. You're a couple hundred subs ahead of me now. Do you think I pulled up a live stream and said, "Oh man, why is Loki going ahead?" No,
Some people do, and
I
I fucking hate that.
do not care because I understand that. Hey, Loki's got his fans. He's on a little bit of a run right now. Great. Next week or next month, it might be my turn to be on a little bit of a run. I've had it happen. I've hit the algorithm where I've had a viral stream where I've gained 100 subs in one show. It can happen, guys. It can happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it should, and it will. It will. Everything will balance itself out. You were
Persistence is
criminally
key.
undersubbed.
Yeah. Well,
And that's because of the algorithm. I know that's because of the algorithm.
it is,
This is
and
the way they
it's
do shit.
and it has to do with the fact that I do work full time and I am, a father and trying to maintain a family home and stuff. So if like I said, when I go full snow, I'll have way more time to really focus on content. And then I already know in the back of my head that my channel is going to grow. I have no doubt, so it's really up to you guys. What you put in is what you get out of it.
That's right. That's right. And we are past the hour, ladies and
Man, that
gentlemen.
went by quick.
I wanna thank Sno Dub. We talked about a lot of shit. We didn't just stay on topic this morning. We talked about, and that's great because those are the best conversations.
We always do, Loki. When you and me get together, we hop around a lot because we always got so much to talk about.
That's right. Memes of Destruction with 4.99 super chat says, "Hi friends, what Snow said, or we can legalize dueling. Love, absolutely. I say we legalize dueling. We legalize dueling again, and we'll see how quickly the keyboard cowboys
Hopefully I can be a referee.
want to stay in that game.
I want to be a referee for the epic Mike versus Loki lightsaber battle. I hope I'm there to witness such an amazing epic throwdown.
Well, we got to do that. We got to have you there.
Yes.
I got to referee his one with Paul. So.
Oh, you were there for that? Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Boy, Paulie got slaughtered, didn't he, for being a black belt? Woo! Got taken out like a wet noodle.
Oh, not Paulie. Master Paul.
Master
Paul. That was at the ICC con.
Oh, gotcha. Well, he took out Paulie pretty fast too. So.
Oh yeah, no, he took out Paul. There was a little thing at the end where it was just one quick stab to the chest, and that was it. It was over, and I was like, damn, Mike got him. He got him standing there looking. So Six with $5 super chat says, "You both are awesome. Can we get a horse?"
Wrong channel, Six, but yes. Next time you come to my channel.
I don't have a horse. Sno Dub's got a horse, but
I hate that horse clip, but people keep asking for it.
I tell you what, I got a giant bug that he rides like a horse. So how about that? Thank you so much, Six, for that $5 super chat. Skol and talk and roll. How about that?
Nice. I love that movie. Dork Knight in the chat asked for my link. I believe the Wrench of all wrenches, Chris Persa, has recently dropped my channel link. If not, just type in SNODUB. Pretty sure I'm the only Sno Dub out there, so pretty easy to find.
And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, Chris, if you can do that before we get out of here, or Mark, either one of you, I'll pin it that way. There we go.
There it is.
I'm going to pin it that way. It will be at the top of all the pin message. Be top. If anybody watches this again, it'll be right there at the top. That way they can click on it the whole time. So,
and the channel was a little stagnant for a while, but it's actually starting to grow again. So we just passed 1,700 subs, and yeah, I think I gained another 20 something just in the last week or two. So things are picking up over here at Sno Dub.
well,
so
hopefully we can get you We can get you some
It
traffic.
doesn't. As you know, it doesn't matter. As long as I got you guys that love the puppets right here in the chat and show love and support, that's really all I need. And that's all I want. You know, if you love puppets and you love to be entertained by them, then I'm probably the channel for you. If you don't like it, then don't feel like you are obligated to show up, because I don't want you to be there if you're not enjoying yourself. You know what I mean?
PJ from Orville Nation coming in at the end of the end of the wire says, utterly astonished how police killed that double amputee in California. It's like they had no training. Very sad. Rest in peace. What?
Whoa, what? I didn't see this one yet.
I know about the 5 guys that beat the hell out of that guy to death, but I didn't know that. Wow.
There was one that took a couple shots. That was here in Arizona, but there was a guy that took a couple shots at police and got beat up pretty bad for it. But no, I didn't hear about this one. California's just messed up. I don't care how you slice it. That whole state's got issues.
That was announced this morning. Holy shit. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm looking into that. Thank you, PJ.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Low-key's working overtime. Yeah, we went a little over this morning.
Oh, you went 20 minutes over the other day, so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel so bad. It's not my fault.
No.
Don't blame me this time.
No. As long as we don't hit like the 2-hour mark, it's fine.
Right. Yeah. As long as there's no spotted dick from Peter.
Oh,
Whalen.
God help me, man. There's a video, Loki. No shit.
Another spoonful of spotted dick.
Oh, yes. Where's that brownie? Mexican Iron Man.
Brownie fell out the window again, I believe.
Out the window. He went out the window. My wife said he was trimming a hedge.
Yes, he was. He fell on his scissors and he had to tuck and roll.
Mowing her grass. Mowing her lawn, yes.
Yes. I still can't quite get it, but that's
cleaning the carpet, yes. I am Peter Whalen, and if you are listening to this, I am long dead. Yes.
I might have to go watch Prometheus again just to see that
A
part.
spoonful of spotted dick. Yes. Helps the medicine go down. Yes.
What blew my mind was the actor too. What's his name? Guy.
Oh yeah, Guy Pearce.
Yes.
Was it Guy Pearce? Yeah.
Yeah, I did not realize it was him until later.
Yeah. Well, there's so much left out of that. There's a whole beginning to that movie that's not in the movie.
Right.
That should be in the movie, which is him at that conference saying, you know, we're gonna create AI. We're going to make all these things. Yeah. So they should have had all that in there, just like the beginning, the Last Supper they have in Alien Covenant. There's so much cut out of Alien Covenant. It's no wonder you don't understand. Half the movie's not fucking there.
Right.
So Jello spotted dick pudding. Yes. My favorite Docky is the guy, the pudding pop guy. Yes. And right now people are going, oh my God, I can't believe Peter just said that. Well, that's Peter.
A bit of spotted dick. Yes, Peter stopped by the Tuck and Roll show last Saturday night. It was quite lovely.
I will. As soon as we're out of here. We're getting out of here, guys. Guys, if you are not subscribed to Sno Dub, get over there. I don't know what you're doing. He's got the funniest fucking puppet show on television, on YouTube, whatever you want to throw down about it. You will be entertained, ladies and gentlemen. You will be entertained. You'll laugh your ass off. You'll get it. I know you'll get it because I get it, and so many other people get it.
High praise, Loki. Thank you. And if you love funk music, and this is the whole reason why I even started a channel in the first place, if you love funky music, please check out some Sno Dub music. We're thinking about doing some more soon, so let me know what you think. My most popular song is Go Hawks, the one that went viral. It had over like 200,000 views on Facebook when it went viral, but it was played on the radio and stuff like that. So that's my 2 minutes of fame there, but I have lots of other great music on there. Check out my song Tuck and Roll. Check out my song Watch My Strut. Don't Fight the Funk, another great song. If you love funky music, I got your fix. Come on over and check it out. Much love.
Heck yeah, we're out of here, guys. We'll be back later tonight for the comic book roundtable, which we should be having as long as we don't have any last minute issues. We should have a comic book roundtable tonight. But until then, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak Brenda Enter. We'll see you guys on the next Mornings of Mischief. Take care, everybody.
Tuck and roll.
Oh, and yeah, go and tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.